Hi guys, I'm Ian and I've brought the Aeldari today. Alright, so today we've brought the Aeldari. We're going with Ulfwe as the faction again, which gives us a number of benefits. It means we get a 6-up invulnerable save on everything, although that's not that much of a difference since a lot of our army has an invuln anyway. It gives us a reroll per unit of a wound roll every turn. It also gives us +1 to the first psychic test that each unit does within that turn. Going with the new Arcs of Omen detachment here, which is giving us a lot more flexibility in how we operate. So for today, in our HQ slot, we've got a Farseer Skyrunner, who's our warlord. For the traits, he's got the Seer of the Shifting Vector, which allows him to regain command points on a roll of a 6. For a relic, he's got the Phoenix Gem, which allows him to get back up when he inevitably gets squished at some point during the game. And as psychic powers, he's got Guide and Doom, which are obviously the Eldar standards. The biggest change to the lists previously is in the troop slot. So in the troop slot today, we have 5 Rangers, which are bare bones with their rifles. And as far as troops go, that is it. So we no longer have the 2 10-man Guardian tax to pay. This gives us more flexibility. So where we've spent that is partially in the elites slot. We have a Warlock who has Quicken, Restrain and Empower, Enervate as the powers. We have 2 squads of 5 Wraithblades. All of those Wraithblades have the Ghost Axe and Force Shield. We have a squad of 5 Howling Banshees, the Exarch of which has the Mirror Swords. And then we move into the fast attack. So in the fast attack, we've got a squad of 3 Shroud Runners. They have the Scatter Lasers and the Sniper Rifles. And then in heavy support, we have 1 Falcon, which comes with a Bright Lance, along with the standard Pulse Laser and Shuriken Catapults. I've also given that one Spirit Stones, so it will count as being on twice its wounds when it inevitably gets damaged by one of the many tanks on the other side. We have a unit of 2 Warwalkers. Each Warwalker is equipped with a Bright Lance and an Aeldari missile launcher. And finally, in the heavy support for a bit of a change, we've brought a Wraithseer. So the Wraithseer has a D cannon, and for psychic powers, it has Protect and Jinx. The D cannon is a wonderful tool, especially for this game, because you don't need line of sight to actually use it, so you can hide. Dedicated transport, we have 1 Wave Serpent with twin Bright Lances. And then last of all, and because you can't face up to a Super Heavy without a Super Heavy of your own, we've brought the Wraith Knight out to play. So the Wraith Knight is equipped with the Ghost Glaive. He has 2 Star Cannons and 1 Heavy Wraith Cannon. And that is the entirety of our list for today.
G'day, I'm Lachlan, and today we're bringing back the Imperial Guard. The June Dogs are here for revenge. Alright, today we've got 2,000 points of Imperial Guard for our first Arcs of Omen game for the new season and the new year. The June Dogs are back and they're ready for vengeance. The Aeldari wiped them off the face of the planet in the last game, last season, so we're here to show Ian what's up when you mess with the Guard. Our first HQ is the Warlord. Thaddeus Bane. He has a power fist and he's a Castellan. We've taken the Master Tactician Warlord trait for a few cheeky redeploys. We've also got Kurov's Aquila to try and generate a little bit of CP. Next up is the Tank Commander. He's got the Meticulous Calibrator Tank Ace, which I will remember to use this time, and that helps him ignore cover. He's got the Gatekeeper Relic for some extra shots and some extra AP. And he's also got Lead by Example, allowing him to send tank orders to himself. I've given him 2 plasma cannons and a heavy bolter on the front. In a side patrol that is now free in Arcs of Omen, we have a few Scions. We've taken a Scions Command Squad. They have also taken the Command Rod for a second order. Next up, we have 2 squads of Death Corps of Krieg. They both have 2 Melters and a Medic. They are inbuilt mini transhuman, so only wound on 3+. 3 identical squads of 10-man Scions with 2 plasma cannons and 2 hotshot volley guns. In the elite slot, we have a single Commissar. 5 Bullgren with 3 maces and 2 of the guns. They all have the large shields. In the heavy slot, this is where we've used our 3 minimum Arcs of Omen requirements. We've got 2 Lehman Russ and 2 heavy weapon teams. The first Lehman Russ has a battle cannon, a las cannon, and 2 multi-melters. The second has a plasma executioner, a heavy bolter, and 2 heavy flamers. The first heavy weapons team has las cannons, and the second team has heavy bolters. And last but not least, we have the Shadow Sword. His name is Fury, and he's come to slay.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Harness power, Dino Riders! The Dino Riders are ambushed!
We've got you outnumbered, Gunner!
Get you trapped, Hammerhead! The evil Rulons on Triceratops! Close in on the Dino Riders!
I've waited a long time for this, Gunner!
Laser cannon fire distracts the Rulon beast. Sure hope you can swim, fishbait! Tyrannosaurus and Triceratops with motorized walking action, and Deinonychus, each with figures and battle gear. Dino Riders!
Welcome back to Legends and Lore. We're back with a 40k 2,000 point battle report for our first Arcs of Omen mission. Welcome again to Ian, one of our patrons, a true legend in the flesh, and looking forward to having our rivalry kind of played out once again. You took the first game, Guard versus Eldar, and wiped me off the face of the earth. I took the next one, Slanesh
You
versus
retaliated in fair form, to be fair. Those
I did.
Keepers of Secrets absolutely ran their way through the old enemy, so...
rather fun, I must say. And now we're back for the true grudge match, Eldar and the Guard, to see how we can fare with this now that the Guard is back in a 9th edition fashion.
They are.
With the proper firepower. How do you think you'll go?
Oh, we have shenanigans. There are always shenanigans with the Eldar. You know this by now. So I think we will work our way round the sheer volume of crude firepower that you monkey choose to bring against us.
Well, these monkeys are vicious and we're tough and we're ready to pound you into dust. So before we get started, thanks again to all our patrons, Ian included. We really appreciate all your support, and we couldn't be here doing this without you. It really warms our hearts, so thank you for your support. If you want to jump in, we've got a lot of different things going on. We've got models that you can get your names on. We've got a lot of giveaways, and yeah, if you feel like jumping in and supporting us, it's pretty easy, it's just below. Our big sponsor, Gap Games, thanks again. We have a fantastic relationship with them. They've got 21% off for Games Workshop's products and a whole array of other hobby stuff, so go and have a look at them. And we've got an affiliate link below somewhere, so if you click that link when you're buying some hobby stuff, you get discounts and we get a little kickback, and it helps to support us to get more terrain and things like that. We've also got GameMat.eu, who provide us these fantastic battle mats and some other terrain that we've got. We are playing Data Scry Salvage today. So in Arcs of Omen, they've now changed it. So instead of Take, Hold and Domination, we now just have one single primary type. It's 4 points for Hold 1, Hold 2 and Hold More. And as well, we get a maximum of 3 points as a tertiary mission for destroying enemies. So we both get that, which is a nice little addition and a nice constant mission throughout the game. So that's going to be pretty cool to find out. All right, so we're going to own up. We don't actually have the GT mission pack. We're running off some reviews at the moment because we're not one of the honoured and trusted ones out there. We don't get them 3 weeks early. We're just running off the kill team, the killing units missions right now. We could be wrong when it comes out, but we just wanted to slap a mission together and play some of the new rules and try it out. So forgive us in the comments if we've gotten a little bit wrong, because we're a bit blind right now. All the books in Australia were pretty low allocated, so it's a little bit hard to get our hands on those actual physical copies right now. So we're just gonna have to make do. So we'll find out how right we were when we get one.
We are only human.
Yes.
Or slightly more than human in some of our
elf.
cases, but you know, that's fine. So this will be an interesting time for this list because I haven't played a list without a higher troop component before, and I've played very few games with the super heavy. It's a big point investment, and I'll be honest with you, the volcano cannon on the Shadow Sword is a real risk against that. Having said that, we are the Eldar, we have shenanigans, there are tricks and tools that we can use that can try and keep us in the game, and we've got quite a decent bit of survivability across the list. So I think a big part of it is going to be about getting up and getting in close as quickly as we can. Obviously, the guard can now shoot out of combat with their turret weapons under the new rules, but we can still tie up and damage things quite effectively, and we are still very quick. So it should be an interesting game. I'm looking forward to the rematch.
So today I wanted to bring out some Scions. I didn't run them last game officially, so I thought I would give them a crack. You can only have one or two if you're 5 or 10 man of the different special weapons in Scions now. So we've got 2 plasma and 2 hotshot volleys in each of those 10-man squads. Bit different to the way it used to run, but it's probably a little bit more fair. I've just freshly painted these Bullgrins, so I'm keen to give them a go and maybe try and protect my tanks a little bit from those Wraiths and Banshees. See how we go with that. I liked the loadout on the Leman Russes last game, so I kept those as they were. The Death Corp were a bit of fun. They weren't super amazing, but I liked how kind of sturdy and steadfast they were, so I've kept them as they were. Been keen to get these heavy weapon teams out for a while, so we've taken them too for a little bit of cheap anti-armor and anti-elite. And since we've taken the Lord of War, I needed a few extra squads, so I thought it would be kind of wise to take a few small squads. Should be a bit of fun playing Iain today. I'm in dire need of vengeance after he absolutely hammered me with his Eldar probably about June or July last year, so looking forward to getting some vengeance. Alright, so we've deployed, the models are on the table. You've seen the zoom over where things are. We've got a big guard building down here with some Leman Russ behind it, some heavy weapons teams and some Bullgrins in the bottom, some Death Corps of Krieg on this bottom flank. The Wraith Lord himself is looking quite imposing standing over this sky shield. We've got a lot of the Wraiths hiding in that building in Iain's back corner, and as well as the characters. We've got some of the War Walkers on his board edge, as well as the Wave Serpent, ready to dump out the other Wraiths where Iain sees fit. And we've also got some Banshees hiding just under the Wraith Knight's footprint on the edge of the board. Looks like we've got a few interesting clashes to come in the game. A few infantry versus infantry and some tanks v tanks, so let's see what we can do.
Let's see how it goes. All right, this is the big one.
The roll for first turn.
Oh, come on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's guard. Just before, for the start of the battle round, if I can roll my fate dice.
Yeah, of course.
So, I have a Farseer on the board, so I can re-roll one of the fate dice.
Yep.
So I'll re-roll one of the charges. Not much better. We're going to take a hit. We're definitely going to keep the save roll. And we might keep the psychic tests as well, just to make sure we get some powers off.
So that save roll is going to be pretty critical. Iain's not going to need it until turn 2. I have deliberately reserved the Shadow Swords so that the game's a little bit more balanced. We are playing a friendly as much as it's good to kind of bring some teeth. This should at least try and balance the game a little bit, as much as 2 Lord of Wars squaring off against each other is quite nice. The profile for the Shadow Sword's gun is very clean into the Wraith Knight. There's only 2 wounds required, so if if Iain gets a save up his sleeve for next turn, it's going to make it that little bit harder. I'm going to have to get 3 wounds through to successfully wipe him. So, and 0 saves on Iain's part. So the challenge is on.
It's there.
All right, so first turn for the Imperial Guard. Let's see what we can do. I also forgot to mention earlier, I've taken Born Soldiers. I learnt my lesson from the last game. I didn't take it and it whiffed a little bit, so we've taken it this time. We're going to have 6s to hit auto wound as a 6, so that's going to be a bit of fun and just clean up that ballistic skill 4 that the Guard are renowned for having and just let a few of those extra hits slide through, so that's going to be a bit of fun. So, start of the command phase, turn 1, we both get a CP, brings me up to 3 and Iain up to 5.
Correct.
I'm going to start my orders. So my Castellan down here is going to move both of these Death Call squads. Just help them get up and into these objectives. And the tank commander down the back here is going to do Gunner's Kill on sight for himself and the Leman Russ sitting right next to him. So quick summary for the turn. The Death Corps have come up in mass. I'm very aware that there's Banshees there, but I also want them to come out into the open so I can kind of get amongst them, get some bullets in there. And you know, I'm curious to see how the Death Corps hold up. Do have a medic to shrug the first wound that goes through, and we've got many transhuman. So there is an advantage to be charged by the Banshees in that they'll hurt me slightly less. So I'm not sure if that's a perk or not. We'll see how they go. I'm looking forward to trying out their toughness. The Bullgren have pushed up. We're getting close to that 5th objective there. Couldn't quite make it though, so that'll have to be for next turn. The Commissar has joined them. The Tank Commander is coming up behind them, so they're a nice fat meat shield for them. And we've got the other tank down here. He's got sights on the War Walkers and the Wraith Knight. And we've also got the other Tank Commander with the Plasma down near objective 2. He couldn't make that one either, but that's fine. We really want to take some shots at the Wave Serpent with him. All right, first up, we're going to go with the tank. He has reroll once to hit. This Leman Russ down here, we're going to shoot at the Wraith Knight, see if we can get a few cheeky early wounds in. We've got the Battle Cannon with D6 plus 3 shots. Oh, we get 1. How's that? What a great roll. Having PTSD from last day. Okay, so we've dropped 2 of those. The turret weapon does provide a +1, so he'll be hitting on 3s there.
There was a 6 there, that's an auto wound, is it?
There is, and sorry, there was a re-roll there, so that's an auto wound. So we'll re-roll that 1, that's a miss, and then we've got 1
roll to wound.
There we go.
Wraith Knight has a 3-up base save, that'll take it to a 5-up, which is also its invuln, so we'll just roll that as standard.
Oh, and he takes it.
Starting,
of course he does.
Starting strong.
All right, with the las cannon. Pow! And he missed. Okay. So next up, we're going to go with the las cannons in the heavy weapons team. They see the tank shooting at the Wraith Knight. They say, "Let's get amongst it, boys." 3. We get 2. 1 misses.
Strength 9, toughness 8.
Okay, and then we've got
2 wounds go through.
Yep, 2 through that, strength 9.
We're going to use one of our fate dice. So it's a las cannon, so that's an automatic pass.
Yep.
And then the other one's going to go on to a 5-up invuln. Oh, we're doing okay so far. We're staying strong.
You're in the game, Iain. You're definitely in the game. All right, the missile launchers see all those shots grazing off that Wraith Knight there, and they say, "You know what? We're not that strong. Let's shoot down at the War Walkers, boys. Let's know our place in this galaxy." 3 crack missiles, 1 misses, 2 go through. Strength 8. Oh, none. That's rough. Okay, we're going to move to the tank commander. He says, "Watch out, boys. I'll show you how it's done." So he's got D6 plus, 6 plus D3, which is fortunate because that was terrible.
Where's he shooting at?
He is shooting at the Wave Serpent.
At the Wave Serpent,
down here in green. So we've got 3s for the turret weapon, re-rolling the 1s. Very nice.
Very nice.
Well, they dropped it.
2 auto wounds.
2 go through.
Which is good because the Wave Serpent is transhuman, permanent.
Yep, so just those 3 there. So that's 5 total. So to -3, 3 damage.
But we've got 5 of them to make, which is a bit of a challenge, so let's see how we go. Respectable. 2 get past, 3 go through.
Plasma cannons. We're going to... How many we got left? We've taken 4
4
wounds
wounds.
off.
No, 4 wounds remaining. You've taken
Remaining.
9 wounds off it.
Ooh, okay.
3 went through, 3 damage a pop.
You know what? He's going to risk it for the biscuit. He wants to make sure this guy dies. D3 are overcharged plasma cannon shots. So there's 3 shots to do. We're looking for 4s here, but re-rolling those nasty ones. None there, so that's 2 hits. Looking for strength 8. No, that's
It's
2
mini
misses.
transhuman on it anyway, so it
No
would need to be
good.
4s and above.
And then we've got a heavy bolter. Oh, that's a nice auto wound
Wound.
there. We're loving that. Alright, 1 extra. So 2 saves at -1, 2 damage.
So
Save
just
both and you die, Ian.
4s. 1 goes
Ooh.
through, 2 damage.
Okay.
Puts him down to 2.
Don't love that, but
Not entirely happy about it either, to be honest with you, but that's alright. Let's keep going.
yeah, that's very fair. I don't like having to dedicate an entire tank for 2 wounds, but if I split fire, I'll screw it up. So, so we're going to take the entire Lehman Russ with the plasma downfield into the Wave Serpent. D6 plus 3 shots on the turret. Oh, you got 6 in. Look out. Brace yourself. Looking for 3s, no re-rolls for this bloke.
And then
Strength
4s.
7. 2 more at AP3.
3 AP3, 5 off invulns. 2 go through.
Let's go through.
So,
Does he explode?
does he explode? No, he doesn't. And then the 5 Wraith Blades inside. How many come out? They're all fine.
Apart from that, that is all she wrote for guard. Yeah, so I've forgotten to raise banners. It's a bit of a whoopsie. Could have done it with the commissar, but you know, at the end of the term, like going backwards, whatever, who cares? We can do it with some of these Death Core next turn. We can do it with Scions in the next turn and other objectives, so we've got plenty of time to make up for that. We do get 3 points for boots on the ground, being in 3 different quarters, and the other one was bring it down, and we've scored, what, I think 2 points for killing that Wave Serpent. So not a bad start, and at the end of the battle round, I'll score an additional 1 for killing 1 unit this battle round. And it's over to Ian. For turn 2, sorry, for turn 1.
Turn 1 for the Aeldari. Okay. Alright, so start of Aeldari turn 1. We have our fate dice already because that's done once per battle round. We both gain 1 command point, so that's going to put me back up to 6 command points.
Yep,
and
sorry.
LJ, that puts you back up to 4. It's a little bit of a suicide mission, but they're effectively going to scout the enemy for as long as they can keep their heads intact.
That will be a single half turn, Ian.
That is possible, but the good thing is if you do scout the enemy with rangers, it completes at the end of your turn. If you use scout the enemy with any other unit, then it completes at the end of your opponent's turn. So rangers are super useful in that sense. I'll be honest, the firepower was pretty strong from the guard, so we've gone a bit aggressive. We may live to, well, we may not live to regret that. We may regret it one way or another, but I think we're going to go for it, and we're just going to see how much damage we can do. We're going to go into the psychic phase. We're going to start with the Farseer, who's going to do the warp craft on the center of the table.
Yep.
So that's on a warp charge of 5 now, I believe. Is it 4 now?
Yep.
Okay, given that he's all the way, he gets +1 to his first cast. If I roll a double 1, I'm going to scream in a very unmanly way at this point.
I looked at
Oh, for the love of God. Thank you. Right, okay, so
I need to see that one day.
Warpcraft has taken effect. The next power that we're going to cast is going to be Quicken.
Okay.
From the Warlock, who's hiding in the building, He's going to cast it on the Farseer. Quicken goes off on a warp charge of 6. So again, because they're Ulthwé, they get +1. Because I'm thinking about it and remembering, I'm going to use one of my fate dice to make sure that it goes off. So the fate dice means that one of the dice for the psychic test is a 6, so it doesn't matter what I roll for the other one, that automatically goes off.
Fantastic.
That Farseer then has a 16-inch move and gets the heck out of dodge. And then lastly we have the Wraith Seer. So I'm actually going to cast Protect onto the Wraith Blades, which is going to give them +1 to their basic armor save, not +1 to their invuln anymore, that changed.
That's nice.
But it does mean they're on a 2+ base save instead of a
good.
3+.
Yeah.
Again, I've still got another fate dice for a psychic test. Protect goes off on a warp charge of 6, so that's again automatically put on. Next we're going to go on to the shooting phase. I feel like you've got to start with the big stuff. You've got to start strong and as you mean to go on, basically. And let's start with the Wraith Knight. The Wraith Knight's putting everything into the Leman Russ that dared to take a shot at it, basically.
I'm going to pay 2 CP for ablative plating, giving me a -1 damage on the Leman Russ.
Very good. So we're going to begin with a heavy Wraith Cannon. D3 shots.
What you got?
You've got 3 shots.
That's no good. No good.
We're going to use an auto hit, because otherwise I'll forget about it and it won't get used. And then we've got 2 shots hitting on 3s.
Oh, he's got both of them.
So we've got 3 hits
That's
there.
no good.
So we're 2s to wound.
Oh, yuck. Oh,
We
he's
have a
missed
1. However, now that we're in Arcs of Omen, the super heavy is part of the main detachment.
Oh, you get that
So the
sneaky
Ulthwé
reroll.
reroll kicks in.
Oh, yuck. That is absolutely disgusting.
It's really, I mean, if you're running Lords of War as you are, it's very useful. So
Absolutely.
neg 4, so 3 6s.
Ooh, he's very dead.
That's, yeah.
Does he blow
Does
up?
he blow up?
No.
I actually had my Wraith Seer, so in that case he's going to have to take a shot at the Bulgrins instead. But again, D3 shots. Let's see what it does.
Oh,
2 shots.
pretty good.
He is hitting on 3s still.
Oh.
So that's just 1. Strength 12, you said you were toughness 5,
That's
so
it.
that's 1 wound.
Okay, we have a 4-up invul. Come on, Bulgrin.
You
Hey, showing up.
All right.
Showing up to work.
We're going to put the Warwalkers into the Leman Russ there.
Okay. I'm going to pay for smoke screen. I think it's called smoke or something now, but it's just 1 CP -1 to hit.
Okay. We'll do the Bright Lances first.
All right.
So they'll be hitting on 4s now because of your smoke screen.
Sure.
And 1 hit. 4s to wound. So that's a
Oh,
wound.
that's
AP4.
AP4, so it's a 6-up.
Very nice.
He takes it.
And then we've got 2 missile launchers as well. We'll be doing the heavy. So these are on 4s again. So that's 1 hit. And then it's
Strength 8.
strength 8.
4s. No. Okay.
Nope. But I got an Ulthwé reroll
You
on a
sure
wound,
do.
which I haven't used yet. It's still a 3, so
Okay.
nothing happens at all from that. We'll do the Falcon.
All right.
Next, we'll work our way around the table. So the Falcon's going to shoot in a cowardly manner into the unprotected rear of the Russ. We'll start with the Pulse Laser. I'm going to use a command point because I haven't used one yet and I've got quite a few of them. Just to see if I can reroll that hit into
Oh,
a
it gets
1,
worse.
even better. We'll be wounding on a 3, strength 9.
Okay, 5-up. Oh, goes through.
D3 plus 3 damage. So that's
5.
5 damage. So the Bright Lance also hitting on a 3. And it's a
Oh,
1, it's a
miss.
miss. No, we're scared, we're worried.
Off into the distance.
Yeah, the Shroud Runners. We're going to put those into the heavy weapon teams. So we've got 18 shots hitting on 2s. So we're 2s again.
That's very rude.
It is rather rude. We'll do 1 Ulthwé reroll.
Farewell, lads cannons. You served me well.
Charge phase. we're obviously going to start with the Wraith Blades, just to make sure we get the most out of that. All right, let's do this.
Yep.
So we have 15 attacks, hitting on 3s.
I love the sound of that.
3s again, and an Ulthway. Reroll. No.
Oh. 1D slaps.
Yep.
Oof.
Oh, that's a pretty tasty save.
So we've taken 2.
Taken 2. Since I've turned it to the page, I will use the Banshees next. 3s. Very good.
I'll take all the misses I can have.
So, they are Strength 3. They're +1 for the Power Sword, and then they get +1 to their wound roll. So normally that would be on 2s, but you told me that there's a mini transhuman on the Death Corpse.
Yes, absolutely.
So it's 3s to wound at this point.
Sure is. Oh.
I'll save my Ulthway.
I don't survive those, but one of them gets ignored because I have a medic.
Very good.
So 3 die.
So then we have the Exarch.
Yep.
She has 4 attacks base, but the Mirror Swords means she gets 2 attacks for every one. So she's got 8 attacks, still hitting on 3s.
We don't love that here at Death Corp Incorporated.
And we're again wounding on 3s because of the same rationale we discussed before, but we are going to use our Ulthway here to no effect.
Oh.
So it's 4 more. Those are AP 3 and 1
Okay.
damage. Probably going to call the Wraith Knight's last hurrah before old Punchy turns up next turn.
It's old Shooty.
So we're going to do the sweep attack and take their feet off. He gets 5 attacks base. With the sweep attack, everyone becomes 3. So they're hitting on 3s. A few misses in there.
Not too bad.
And then we would normally be wounded on 2s, but your mini transhuman means
Sure.
we're still on 3s. But we do get the Ulthway because of the lovely new rules.
Nice.
So that's 3, 6, 9.
AP
AP is 3.
doesn't really matter, so 8 die. So time for me to punch back. 4s.
Very tasty.
That's okay. 3s. Oh, come on. 4.
4.
Take that, Ian. -1.
-1, so that puts them back on their 3 up because we got the protect off on them this turn.
Sure
So, ooh,
Yes!
that kills. That kills 1 and puts 1 down to 2 wounds. All right, we've got a couple of
we will pile in a bit.
morale tests to do before the turn finishes.
And then 2 more. Come on, boys. Oh. Why? I just needed 1.
So at the end of that turn, we get
yeah.
4 points for scout the enemy in the far corner,
2 for bringing it down.
2 for bring it down, and then on the primary, we will max out the 3 points for the tertiary part of the primary, because we actually killed 4 units
Not a bad turn.
in that turn.
Quite a
Not
perfect
bad.
turn.
There's a lot still to come, so let's see how we go. All right, so fate dice for battle round 2. So we roll 6. Oh, that's not what we wanted. We wanted some 6s. We're going to re-roll one of these because we have a Farseer. And then we're going to keep 2 hit rolls. We'll keep 2 psychic tests as well.
Okay.
We could be in trouble.
I just forgotten about Kurov's Aquila, so I'm just going to do 3 little cheeky rerolls. I need a 5, so I probably should get 1 back for last turn. And we don't. We get none. Okay.
I forgot about my Seer of the Shifting Vector,
Yeah.
which gives me a CP back on a 6.
Oh.
And none. So all of that's worked out well.
Can't change the past.
Thank goodness for Warlord traits. What would we do without them?
What would we do if we actually remembered them? Okay, so let's move on. We've got some orders to do. At the start of my turn, I'm going to hand out some orders. The first one that really matters is OBSEC. I'm going to hand it out to the Bulgrin here, and that's essentially going to let me pinch that objective. It's just in your command phase, so I can do that before I'm scoring the points, which is quite handy. Unfortunately, there's really nothing else to do there. That poor commissar is just a little bit far away from any of his friends. Can't really order these heavy weapon teams from where he's standing. Next, the tank commander is going to do some orders. He's just going to do the reroll ones to hit again for both of the Lehman Russes on the battlefield. And poor Thaddeus Bane has been left alone. His Death Corps, who we thought was his trusty, strong, hardy bodyguard, have just perished in the wind, and he's going to have to run away. There's really no reason to order, and he can't order himself. So because we've now got Obsec on this Bullgren, we're going to score 2 points here, 1 for my territory and 1 for objective 5, giving me 8 points. Alright, so down come the Scions. We've decided to take our territory and not push too far into Ian's. I could score some points for them doing that for boots on the ground, but at this point in the game it's probably more important that I kill the right things at the right spot. So while there might be more competitive play to start pitter-pattering squads out here, I'd really just like to secure my home base, and then maybe I can start slinging squads around with move, and things like that. So let's make sure we actually kill what needs to be killed and secure ourselves. We are the guard. We don't really like people getting into our lines, so I feel like that's the thematic play for now. We've also put banners up here, just one on our home turf. We'll be doing some more in the future once we wipe these banshees. And we've also obviously brought the the Shadow Sword on. He's eyeing up the Wraith Knight and he's ready to party. Into the shooting, which we do good. So we're going to, I think we start off with the tank commander. He needs to delete this Falcon. It's in my turf and we're not happy about it. So we're going to put everything into that Falcon and just remove him. So 6 plus D3. Oh, 9 shots there, Ian.
Very tasty.
Hold on to your britches.
I would like to hold on to my Falcon.
Maybe not. We'll see. Actually, that's not very good, is it? So we've got 1 auto there. Oh, sorry, we do reroll the 1s. We've got a 1 there. Cool. 1 auto. And then strength 8, T7.
Toughness 7.
T7. Okay. 3 saves to make Ian. -3.
-3. So 3 at base becomes 6s.
Still gets 1.
2 go through. 3 damage pop.
Plasma, we're going to overcharge these. We're rerolling the 1s. There's no reason not to. 2d3 shots. Oh, hello. 4 will do us very nicely. These are only 4s. We do get an auto and miss 1. That's fine. Strength 8. So 2 saves to make it -3, Ian.
6s again.
Ooh, 2 damage a pop.
2 damage a pop. That's down to 2.
Sure is. And we've got the Heavy Bolter, the Imperium's finest weapon. We've got an auto there. 1 success and 1 fail. 1 save to make -1, 2 damage.
4 up.
Oh, Ian.
We'll command point it at this stage, I think, just to try and keep him alive.
Oof. That was nasty.
Alright, let's see. No, same again. Falcon's gone. Does he explode? Because he could take some rangers with him.
Oh.
Nope.
Other Lehman Russ with the plasma cannon. He's going to pour everything into the War Walkers, though we are going to turn those heavy flamers towards the Shroud Runners.
Yep.
So not everything, I kind of lied. So plasma and heavy bolter into the War Walkers there. We've got D6 plus 3, and we are re-rolling out once. So that is a total of 8 shots. Hitting on 3s on the turret weapon. Not too bad, we've got 2 1s to re-roll there.
So 3s.
Okay, so 5 saves in at AP3.
AP3, so these go on to they have a 5 up invuln.
Okay.
Let's see. We only save 1.
Oof.
Damage is 2.
2 each.
So that's 1 removed and 1 down to 4 wounds.
3 heavy bolter shots, sorry. Reroll that 1. Okay. Strength 5, we need 5s. None. Okay. That Warwalker lives. And then we've got the Heavy Flamers.
Into the Shroud Runners.
Oh,
Ooh.
hello.
T4, actually.
Okay, yep, that makes sense. So auto hitting there, so that's 3, 4, 8.
8. Their standard save is a 4.
Okay.
And they are 3 wounds a pop for no obvious reason.
Well, 2 guys on a bike.
One is killed.
We've got the Scion Squad in my territory building, shooting down at the Rangers.
We are going to lightning fast reactions on the off chance that we can keep them alive.
Plenty of sense. So we're going to start with the plasma guns. We're not going to overcharge, there's no need to. Lucky we didn't. 1 auto and then 2 to roll.
The 3 would be a miss because of the lightning fast.
Oh, of course, yes. And then strength 7, so we've got 2.
2 dead.
Minus 3, yep. And then we've got the 2 hot shot volley guns. Heavy 3, strength 4. We have 3 auto wounds there.
So
Which is
that's
3
the
dead.
squad wipe.
Done.
Done.
Scion Squad number 2. We're going to go with the front rank Scion Squad shooting down into the Banshees. Let's wipe them off that objective there. We're not happy about what they did to our Deathcore friends. So we've got the plasma guns first. No need to overcharge them. We've got a cheeky straight through. And okay, that's fine. So 3 saves to make there.
3 saves on a 5. Make 1. Yep, 2 die.
Hotshot volley guns. Okay, we're getting a reroll of 1 from the Castellan in the building.
Good.
And we've missed 2. Auto wounded with 1. And these are strength 4, so we're looking for 3s. That's 2 saves for Iain on his 5.
2 on a 5 up invuln. Nope, 2 more die, so just the Exarch is left.
Okay, I'll grab those. We've just got the squad coming in hot. Oh, lots of 1s for that Castellan to re-roll there. Into the wound roll. And then with your strength.
3.
So T3, yeah, right, so it's 4s. So there'll be 7 saves there to make Iain.
It's seeming unlikely. It's very unlikely.
Okay, he's there all dead.
He's dead.
I've got a squad of Scions left. We've got a Wraith Knight, but I can't spoil my own fun.
True.
So we're just going to shoot. I'm not going to put any buffs on. I'm not going to do anything. We're just going to shoot him and see what happens. This Volcano Lance has D3 plus 3 shots, strength 18, minus 5, 12 damage, blast. Just because it needed blast, just apparently.
For the extra.
So let's see what happens. D3 plus 3. There's only 1 there, Iain.
Okay, okay.
You can, you know.
I feel relieved and
soundly.
relaxed. It's all fine.
All right, turret weapons, so we're hitting on 3s.
Oh, 2 auto wounds.
2 auto wounds there, Iain.
Well, you're wounded on 2s anyway,
So
so
we're wounding on 2s.
yeah.
That's 4.
So 4, 5 up invulnerable saves.
Have you got any sneaky saves in your pocket?
I don't. I didn't get any of them in my fate dice this turn. That would have been really useful. That's why I was a little bit gutted when that came through. But
Oh.
so I'm gonna have to CP it,
Yeah.
and it means I need a 5 or a 6 in order to live through to the las cannons
Save yourself.
and see what happens from there.
Oh,
Okay.
he gets it. Okay.
Okay. So that does 12 damage, reduced by 1, thanks to the Wraithbone form. Becomes 11 damage, which
Okay.
means he has 11 wounds remaining because they start with 22.
He's still alive, Iain. He's still alive.
Still very much alive, sir, if you know.
So, 2 las cannons coming at ya. Oh, we get an
Oh,
auto.
goody.
A 4. Strength 9. Are you T8?
I'm T8, yes.
Okay. Oh, we got a long way. And that is a miss. I'm not going to CP it. Let's see how we naturally do.
It's an auto wound.
cannon.
So that's a 4, that's a fail.
a D6.
D6 damage.
4.
Reduced to 3. He
Okay.
had 11, so he's down to 8 wounds now.
Essentially 6 heavy bolters with 3 lots of twin heavy bolters. Let's see how they do. Heavy bolters hitting on 4s.
4s. The only positive that I take from that is that 2 damage is reduced to 1 damage.
We still have a Scion Squad in our pocket. I think it's time to use them. Let's see what they can do. It's not the first time they've taken down a Lord of War. Alright, overcharging plasma into the Wraith Knight. We do have the reroll 1 from the Castellan, so I don't know what I was scared of. 2 miss, 2 hit, Looking for 3s. Oh, we've got 2 there, Ian. On your info.
3s, strength 9.
Sorry.
4s?
4s, sorry.
But still 2.
Yeah, still 2.
Onto the invuln. 1 saved, 1 down.
Okay.
Damage is 1.
Damage is 2. So
2
then
reduced to 1.
Yep.
3 wounds remaining.
Indeed. So I'm going to do overcharge Laz cells for 1 CP, taking me down to 2. This is essentially going to mean that wounds of a 6 provide a mortal wound. Now I'm only wounding him on 6s in a lot of cases, for most of the rest of my guns. So this is just a little bit of something to help me try and knock him over the edge, because I'll only get a few and he has to save them. So hotshot volleys first. There'll be strength 4, which still doesn't matter because he's toughness 8. We're re-rolling our 1s. Okay. And these auto 6s are going to be a world of help there, because that's
a mortal
counts
wound.
as a 6.
Very nice, yeah.
So see if we can get some more 6s there. Oh, we got 3. Oof.
Nice. Okay.
Do you want to roll these now?
So,
3
yeah,
saves
might as well.
and 3 mortals.
So 3 saves.
AP 2.
AP 2, so 5 up anyway. So that don't save any of them. Does he explode?
Let's find out.
No, he doesn't.
I really wanted to.
He's removed from the field of play.
Is pretty much it for guard turn 1, except we do have a combat phase. Unfortunately, Ian's going first. I haven't backed out, so it's
Let's see what we
time
do.
to shine.
All right, so it's still 3 attacks each with the Axie boys. We're still hitting on 3s. And we're still wounding on 3s as well, but this is just going to be a slap fest in here, isn't it, basically? So that's 6 onto your invuln.
Okay. 4 up in buns. Oh, okay. So we've killed a guy and killed another guy, because that's 4 total.
Okay, that's pretty solid.
The Bullgrin hitting on 3s into the Wraith. Strength 7. We're looking for 3s to wound there.
Yep. 4s. We take 2 wounds, which is enough to kill the one that's on 2 wounds.
And the stalemate continues. All right, so at the end of guard turn 2, we've scored 7 points for Bring It Down, killing the Wraith Knight, the Falcon, and the Warwalker. We've also got 3 points for Boots on the Ground, being in 3 different quarters, and I've also scored 3 points for that kill units tertiary mission, as the Banshees died, but we filled 4 units, so we cap it at 3. So yeah, so that'll be 13 points for the turn. Not too bad.
It's been an aggressive game so far. That's fine. We can deal with this. Let's see what we can do. Primary. So I'm actually only holding 1 because I'm pretty sure those aren't obsec. Okay, so there's no actions to be done at this point. What we're doing is we're moving our Wraith Blades forward so we can move towards objective 3 and hope that the survivability lets them stay on it for at least a turn. The Farseer has moved forwards to do his Warpcraft objective. Our Wraithseer's moved over here to help try and deal with these Bullgrin. And our Shroud Runners lastly have moved into the corner where they can actually complete the Scout the Enemy. So we're just trying to score whatever points we can. So Psychic Shenanigans next. So we'll start with the Farseer.
Warp Ritual?
Warp Ritual. So again, +1 to cast, fine.
Gets it, 4 points.
4 points. And then Shenanigans from the Warlock using the automatic Fate dice. So to move him back again.
Done his job.
The next psychic power is from the Wraithseer. He's going to do a smite into the Bullgrin as the closest unit. He's also going to use the other Fate dice, and then we'll roll to see what the other one is.
Okay.
So that is a super smite at that point.
Oh, lovely.
Because it goes off on an 11.
Is that on my Bullgrins?
That's on the Bullgrins.
That's pretty nasty.
D6 mortals, 3.
Rude.
Shooting phase. There's not a lot to do at this point. We're going to start with the Wraithseer. and we're going to try and take out that tank commander on 8 wounds. The Wraith Seer has a D cannon, heavy D3 shots.
It's a big D.
It's 3. I'm going to hit with 2 of them
Ha!
using my fate dice.
And
that's
I
3.
see.
So it's going to be 3s to wound, and I'll use my Ulthway reroll to make it worse.
6 ups. Oh.
Make one.
Supposed to be in the box though, even though I rolled a 6. So 2 go through there. No blow up.
No blow up. Okay. The Warwalker is then going to shoot everything that he's got into the Russ. Got a Bright Lance, which hits. No, the Bright Lance is strength 8. I always get mixed up with the Bright Lance and the Pulse Laser, which is terribly confusing. I'm going to use my Ulthway reroll on that one. And make it worse.
Worse.
And then the Missile Launcher is a miss.
Remember that?
Okay, that's the end of my shooting phase.
Ba,
Charges.
ba, ba.
So the Wraith Seer has 4 attacks, weapon skill 3+.
Okay.
So 4 attacks into the Volgrins. That's 3 hits, 2s.
T5, yeah.
Ulthway.
Oh.
The Neg is going to put them onto their Invan.
4 ups. Oh. What's the damage there?
D3 plus 3.
So just 2 dead. They're just dead.
Okay, so points for that turn. On the Bring It Down, there's 2 points for taking out that Russ. On the Tertiary, 2 units were killed that turn. So there's 2 points there.
Aye.
Scout the Enemy is in progress, and 4 points for Warpcraft. So we're still racking up some points.
Still chugging along on the points front.
But we're pretty thin on the ground now. It's turn 2. There's a lot of scoring turns left at this point, so let's see how we do.
Battle round 3. Fight.
Fate dice for the Eldar. Let's see. Okay, that's better. So we're not even going to bother. We'll re-roll one of them for the Farseer. Doesn't matter. So we're keeping a save roll, 2 wound rolls, and a hit roll.
Orders are pretty simple this turn. We're going to move on both, on probably just this squad actually, and then we're going to first rank fire on this one, and we can also bounce it because of our Voxcasters over to this one too. Primary, I'm only on 1 right now. I'm contesting another. That's 4 points. Our first rank fire boys have just moved up 6 so we can shoot downfield. We might kill a guy or 2 if we're lucky, but you know, we're just here to try and slow them down a bit. The move scions have come onto objective 4. So they're holding that for next turn. They're hidden at the moment, so you know, he's gonna have to put in a bit of effort over there with the wraiths to get to them. And the Shadow Sword has moved up a bit and is preparing to take on these wraiths and the Wraith Seer. The command squad has stayed put. And I'm sorry, I did actually forget to move my Castellan. Let's jog him along with the Scions. 6. Whew. The other Scion squad in my backfield has moved along to this window so that we can get some shots down at the Wraith Seer. They're also there to support their valiant Commissar, who has charged into these Wraiths with absolutely no heed in the Emperor's name. He's possessed by vision and duty, doing his best. So the tank commander's also turned around, ready to toast this Wraith Seer with his flamers and see what he can do there. Otherwise, that's our movement phase done. We have no psychic to speak of, so we're going to move straight to shooting. The Scions here with their hotshots, shooting down at the Wraiths from that window there.
The Wraith Blades, yep.
Plasmas, we've missed 2 and an auto. And we got 1, strength 7. So we got 2 saves there, Iain, minus 3s.
Make 3, so straight onto the 4 up invans. Make 1, fail 1.
Okay, so that'll be 1 damage
1
there.
damage.
And then we've got the hotshot volleys. They'll have a -1 because they moved. And these are strength 4, so I need 5s there. We got most of those through. Sorry, 2 of those through.
2 of those through.
Minus 2s.
Minus 2.
All these will be minus 2s from here on.
They both go through.
Okay.
That's 1 killed.
All right. Rest of the hot shots coming in. Reroll that 1 for 3 autos, and then I think
5s again.
So 3 auto saves there, Ian.
3 saves. I'll make those.
Very nice, very nice. We're going to go these signs in the middle here, down at the Wraith Blades, is it?
Yep, the Wraith Blades.
Wraith Blades. We got the same thing going on really. No one's in rapid fire at the moment, so we'll just see what we can do. Plasmas. Oh, missed them both. And then we've got the hot shots with a -1. No rerolls there, but we do get an auto. So 1-6. Strength 4, looking for 5s. 1. Oops. Oh.
1 damage goes through.
Okay. And then we've just got another 5 shots. Ugh. Do get to reroll those though. Okay. Not so good. No, okay. Nothing going on there. The Lehman Russ. So I think we put the Flamers and the Heavy Bolters into the Walker.
Yep.
And then the turret is going to go into the Wraith Seer.
Gotcha.
So, turret first, d6 plus 3, 4, total of 7. Turret hits on a 3. No rerolls, but we do get an auto there. Strength, sorry, definitely overcharged because I need to crack through that -1 damage. So strength 8.
Toughness 8, so 4s.
3 saves there, Ian.
3 saves.
3 at 2 damage each now.
5. Nope. So 6 wounds go through.
Alright, I have that.
Leaves him on 3.
And then we've got the 2 heavy flamers on the Warwalker. 6 total shots. Auto hitting. And 2.
2.
-1.
-1. 1 goes through.
Okay, and then a heavy bolter. Ah, we've missed all of those. Fantastic. That's what you love to see.
3 wounds left.
Volcano Lance into the Wraiths. We put the las cannon and heavy bolters into the seer there, and then the missile launchers can handle the Warwalker. So, Volcano Lance time. D3 plus 3. Ooh, we've got 6 shots there, and sorry to say.
Oopsie.
Looking for 3s. Let's see misses.
And 2s.
Okay, that's 4 saves, Ian.
4 saves.
-5.
So on the 4 up in fun.
They saved 3 of them. And then we've got the las cannons and the heavy bolters into the seer.
Yep.
2 las cannons. 2 misses. Okay. Into the seer.
4. I'm actually going to use my auto save just to make sure that he
Nice and easy.
lives. And then 2 saves on a 4+, so 1 damage goes through.
We're going to shoot the Wraith Seer with our missile launchers and the heavy weapons team sitting in the building. Come on, boys. Okay. 1 auto wound and 1 miss. We got 2 saves there, Ian. -2's d6.
-2, so this goes on to the 5 up.
5 up.
So it's a 5 up.
Okay.
In one.
Oh,
go through.
he's very dead.
He's dead.
Against the commissar
commissars.
charges.
He's committed.
He is. He's there. Charge! We get in there. The commissar has 4 attacks. Healing 3 with no AP. 1 damage. Hooah! I'll have you know. And we've wounded you 0 times.
Okay.
Slice him in half.
I've had my piece.
3s. Toughness 3, I assume.
Yes.
So 2s. It's 2 wounds onto your invuln.
5 up. 1 miss. 2 miss.
So
Am I
total
very
of
dead?
4 damage. How many wounds does he have?
I have 4.
Ah,
Hold on. I'm going to CP 1.
Oh.
Yes, yep.
Hooah!
Oh,
Yes!
Got it.
And he holds the objective. Well, he contests the
He contests
objective.
the objective. That's what matters.
Yep, that's
You
it.
don't get it.
Nope, not mine.
Just put my finger in your food. So, interesting turn. I did not expect the Shadow Sword to go from destroying a Wraith Knight to just like, oh, I killed a single Wraith Blade. So, for that turn, I've only got 2 units for boots on the ground. I've scored another, was it 1 point for the Wraith there? Is he a 9?
He's a 9 wound model, so yes, 1 point there and a point for the tertiary as well, obviously.
So not a huge turn for me there. Iain was racking up points last turn, so I've got to be careful he doesn't rack up too much more. He does have a few sneaky things up his sleeve, so I've got to start removing things to make sure that points scoring just diminishes completely.
At the end of your turn is that the scout the enemy gets scored.
Yep.
So that would be
4 points.
4 points.
Oh, and I've got 1 for banners.
Yes.
I have a banner up here.
For primary, I'm still only scoring 1 primary, so it's 4 points on the primary, unfortunately, due to the commander's last-minute stroke of luck. Sorry, the commissar's last-minute stroke of luck. The Shroud Runners are going to stay in their little hidey hole and pretend that they're scouting the enemy, when in fact they're just trying not to get murdered by things. And the Warwalker is going to stay where it is as well. That's the end of the movement phase. On to the Psychic. So for the Psychic phase, the Farseer is going to do his Warpcraft, try and get our points in the last turn.
Oh!
I'm going to have to command
That's
point
a perils.
No, he's a Farseer. That's fine, but the Warlock's going to do Quicken, which goes off.
Get him in there.
Shooting phase, which will be brief. The Warwalker is going to shoot everything into the Leman Russ. So we'll start with the Bright Lance, and we'll use our Fate dice to do a hit and a wound.
Nice.
Okay, so that's D3 plus 3 damage. 5.
Yep.
And then the missile launcher misses.
As it should.
I'm going to command point that.
Oh, he's down to 8.
So that's a hit.
Okay.
We'll use an auto wound again.
Ah, I'm CPing that. CP me, Buzz. Yep.
Done.
There we go.
All right. Charge phase. I'm spending. Sorry, I should have mentioned it. I'm spending my last CP on Feigned Retreat for the Wraithblade, so that he can fall back and still charge.
Okay.
And he's going to charge face first into a Leman Russ.
Well, I'm going to Overwatch him.
As you should.
Absolutely. All right. D3 plus D6 plus 3 plasma cannon Overwatches. Okay, we do hurt ourselves there, but we get one through and we auto wound.
Okay.
So that is a save for you. -3. Ah, piss off, Iain.
Nice, Iain.
Get out of here. Oh, 2 shots. What is this crap? 1 save, -1.
It's fine.
Oh,
Oh, get lost. Heavy bolter. An auto hit there and wound.
1 wound.
-1, 2 damage, or 1 damage.
Goes through, so
Yes.
it does 1 damage.
Aha!
So he's down to 2. So we're going to start with the Combat of the Ages. The Farseer Skyrunner
Absolutely.
into the Commissar.
do it.
He hits on 2s. 2 hits.
Good stuff.
The Witchblade
battle.
always wounds on a 2.
Oh.
2 wounds go through.
5 up. Involves.
Oh,
he's dead.
very dead.
Dead. Move on to the Wraithblade. So 3 attacks from the 1 remaining Wraithblade.
At least.
Strength 7, toughness 8, so wounding on 5s.
Oh, of course.
2 wounds.
So 5s. Where are my 5s?
So 3 attacks, hitting on 3s, all hit. Wounding on 5s because he's strength 5 or something like that. We'll use an all-the-way reroll. Okay, we've got 2 wounds
There's a chance.
through.
These donkeys.
There's no negative.
Oh,
on
1
this.
goes through. The other 1.
He's chuffing steam at this point.
D3 attacks for the Leman Russ. 2 hitting on 6s. Nope. We have missed.
So at the end of my turn, I scored the last 4 points for Warpcraft. I killed 1 unit for the commissar. So I get 1 point on that tertiary. I'm halfway towards scout the enemy again, which I'll pretty much automatically complete due to my cowardly hiding pattern. So we got some points. We're contesting some objectives. Yeah, we're going to make you go into turn like 3 or 4 to start pulling ahead at this point. But
Battle round 4.
do some fate dice.
Fade it up.
Ah, there's my save rolls. Could have done with them in turn 2.
All right, so for my orders, nice and simple. We're going to move this squad. We need to just kind of get them out into the board. The one in the building there, that Scion's squad. And then we're going to first rank fire, second rank fire these guys here, this squad of Scions in the middle. The third squad of Scions is just going to sit in this building and do banners just so we can start raising those. I need to start making sure I've got a few by the end of the turn, and even if I've got 3, that's plenty. I am scoring another point just now for my other banner, which is quite nice. So a nice simple turn, just shuffled these Scions down in this corner before they do the action. The Castellan is jogged up, so he's near the second Scion squad that's next to objective 3, so that later in the game I might be able to use him for something. He's also going to provide rerolls. We've moved the move squad of Scions out of the building and down so they can start pushing up into the enemy territory. Might be able to nab a few points at the end of the next turn. And the Shadow Sword is adjusted so that you can see the wraiths around the corner of the Sky Shield. The heavy weapons team's adjusted as well because I just couldn't get line of sight properly. That was a bit far back. And I've unfortunately just forgotten. This Leman Russ is going to pull out of combat and just reverse a bit because he does not need to be stuck there with those guys. Only a few things to shoot with this turn, so we've got to make them count. The Scions near objective 3, shoot them down to the Wraith Blades that have barely been touched. We're going to go for our plasma guns first. Don't think no one's got a rapid fire there, so just 2 shots for the plasmas. Okay. We miss, no problem. We get the hot shot volleys. They'll be hitting at a -1 as they moved. Oh, hello, autos. And that's just 4.
4 straight.
Yep,
And that's onto the 4 up invuln. 1 wound goes through.
Okay. Alright, 2 go through there, just 2 invul saves. Okay.
1 goes through. That kills 1 Wraith Blade.
Woo! Scion squad on this side has its eyes set on that very juicy Farseer.
So I'm going to lightning fast reactions him.
That's very fair. Plasmas first.
-1.
And then -1, so it's just 1. Yep, that goes through, -3.
That's a save.
Very nice. Hot shot volleys. 2 autos. 3 misses and T4?
T4, yes.
Yeah, that's fine. So just 2 saves to make there.
2 saves on the invuln again, I assume.
AP 2.
1 goes through. 1 damage, I assume.
Hot shot volleys. We've missed with these ones. Auto wounded with these ones. Okay. And then we've got 4 saves to make again.
1 more goes through.
Okay.
Puts him down to 4.
We're doing very well. Alright, the missile launchers in the building are going to shoot down at the War Walker. See if we can knock him off. 3 shots. 1 miss. Strength 8. 1 wound.
Negative.
-2.
That's a dead. Well, not dead
D6.
necessarily. D6.
Oh,
Oh, he's down to a wound.
I'm
CP
CPing
it.
that one. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh! The Volcano Lance and the 2 las cannons going into the Wraith Blob, and the heavy bolters. I'm going to put all of them into the Farseer.
Okay.
Just get rid of him. So D3 plus 3 Volcano Lances. It's 5 total. Okay, no autos there, unfortunately. 2 hits go through. Okay, 2 wounds.
4 up invulns. Both fail. 2 dead wraith.
Straight away. Las cannons. Alright, 1 miss, 1 goes through. 1 wound. Okay. D6. Hey, there we go.
1 more.
Knocked him off. Then an obscene amount of heavy bolters. Oops, 1 out of the tray. T4.
T4.
Looking for 3s. So 3 saves to make, -1 to them.
3 saves to make. I'm going to save them.
3 points for boots on the ground for me. I scored 1 for banner at the start of the turn. Next turn I'll be getting 2. And then no more bring it down and no more units killed. I didn't kill a single unit. Shocking. Even though I didn't split fire, really.
And then that's 4 points for scout the enemy for completing the end of your turn.
You're still slogging those points out.
I'm getting a
Amazing.
few,
It's
but
amazing.
your bring it down points are pretty strong, let's face it. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't quite know how it's...
I think we still have the upper hand.
It's a very good question. What have I got? So at the start of the turn,
You have 4 models,
I've
right?
got 8 points on the primary.
You do?
I'm sitting on 3, but I'm not holding more because you've taken those 2 at the side. I've already got my fate dice. I used them all on my shenanigans to keep my Farseer alive. So I've got 1 fate dice left, which is a hit roll. And I haven't got very much on the table, let's be honest, guys. So let's do some moving and see what we can do. So the Farseer is going to start with a smite into the Lehman Russ. That goes off, and the Lehman Russ goes pop.
Oh.
Does he explode?
Yes.
He could take out the Warwalker.
He does not.
He's going to cast Doom onto the Scions.
Yep.
So that again goes off. So they are currently doomed, which means reroll all wounds against them from pretty much most attacks. So we're going to do some shooting.
Yep.
We're just trying to kill units basically and pick up the odd point that we can on the tertiary at this stage. Shroud Runners into the Scions. There's only 2 of them now, so it's 12 shots, but it's still BS2.
Indeed. Oh.
So 2s, and we reroll because of Doom.
Yep.
So that is 4, 8 wounds at no neg.
Okay, no neg. Oh, 4s. Okay, 5 die.
All right, 2 shots with the sniper rifles. Also 2s. This is strength 4, so 3s. Rerolling because of Doom.
Oh, of course.
That's a mortal wound in addition, so that's 2 saves.
Yep.
Which is
-1.
So
That's
a save. There's 1 more save. That's a save.
And a mortal.
But a mortal wound. Okay. The Farseer
Yep.
is going to shoot his twin shuriken catapult into the same target. So he hits on 2s. He's a Farseer. He's dead smart.
Oh.
And he's wounding on 3s.
Not very smart if he's dead.
That's 1 at AP3 and 2 at AP1.
So AP3 will just go through, 2 at AP1.
Yep.
1 save, 2 dead.
And then last of all, the Warwalker is going to shoot everything into the same squad of Scions. At the end of my turn, there's no points for Warpcraft, there's no points for Scout the Enemy, that's all done. There's 1 point for killing a unit for the tertiary, but that's it, that's all I score. Fate dice for the turn. I'll re-roll 1 of them because of the Farseer. Okay, get a save.
3 objectives, but you have 3 objectives.
I have 3 as well.
So I get 8. So not too much going on. We've just done a banner here on objective 3, and we have 3 up in total, giving us 3 at the end of the game. And then my Scions in the second squad have run into Iain's territory, so I've got 3 quarters for boots on the ground. And my Shadow Sword has pushed up, tagging objective 5, ensuring that Iain has to actually have enough units alive to contest that objective, not just have 1 guy on it. Let's go into shooting, because that's what we do best. Yeah, we're going to take out the Warwalker with the missiles. 3 shots there from the missile launcher. auto wound there. Strength 8, no. So just 1. Strength 8 minus 2.
Minus
Save.
2. Nope, that goes through.
D6 damage. Come on.
He's gone.
He's dead. We're going to do it. We're going to straight to the
Farseer.
face. Volcano Lance to Farseer.
So you can do the
You can, like-
volcano lance
yeah.
into the Farseer.
We're doing it.
What's the other allocation
Yeah,
just
so we've then
before?
got the las cannons. I am going to split fire, even though you shouldn't, just because this is one shot, one opportunity. Las cannons into this wraith,
Yep.
and then we're also going to put one side of heavy bolters, the other 2 heavy bolters into this guy.
Gotcha. Volcano.
Volcano to the face. D3 plus 3.
It's a big 6
Ooh.
shots. So
even
he's
used your dice.
hitting on 4s. It's still pretty good.
Auto wound. 2s. There we go. 4 saves to make for that poor Farseer.
4 saves.
Gotta try right.
He's dead. That's 20 points of damage more than he has. So he is very, very dead.
2 las cannons and 2 heavy bolters into the right side wraith. Okay, 1 miss, 1 hit for the las cannons. Oh, I'm gonna CP that because sick of these misses. There we go. 1 las cannon save to make.
1 last cannon save. 4 up.
Ah, Iain, get out of here.
Strong.
Heavy
Bolters.
bolters.
5s.
Alright, 2 saves, minus 1, 2 damage.
They both go through.
Yes!
It's reduced by 1 damage on
I know,
each.
but he's on. Oh, he's on 1.
So he's down to 1 wound.
No. 4 heavy bolters into the other guy. We're going to charge the Shadow Sword into the Wraith Blade, and we get it. 5 up weapon skill to run in over. Doesn't count for Born Soldiers, it's just good hits. That's it. Just 2.
Strength 9, so
Strength
3s.
2 through, minus 2, 2 damage.
So I need 2 4-ups.
Oh, he's running
Done.
over. At the end of my turn, we've got 3 for the mission, just kill units. I've got 3 for boots on the ground, having infantry in 3/4, and I got 1 more point for bring it down, which is as many as I can get. Really?
Start of Eldari, turn 5. I can't believe we've made it to turn 5.
Me too.
This is unheard of.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh dear. All
So,
right.
you got any points that you can score with your Shadowrunners?
So yes, what I can do.
You can score 4.
So basically, I can move them over here so that I get 8 points on the primary. That's the obvious thing to do.
Yep.
Then try kill a unit.
Yes, I'm going to see if I can kill the command squad.
Okay.
All right. So the only thing that is of importance is the Shroud Runners shooting into the command squad. 12 shots, hitting on 2s. And wounding on 2s.
Oh.
And also a reroll on that one.
Just to make it worse.
4, 8, that's 9 with no AP.
Okay. 4 up, silent saves. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, dead.
Good job.
Squad,
Everyone's
nice.
gone, mate.
Very good game, LJ. Always a pleasure.
That's been a bit of a slog. Thanks for coming on again.
Always a pleasure.
Always good to have you.
Yes.
That has continued our rivalry, so I'm looking forward to seeing what you swing back with next.
Absolutely.
I would probably deserve it at this point, so
I think next, yes, next time we're going to leave the Wraith Knight at home next time. He's pretty, but he struggles to make his points a lot of the time. So yeah, I think we can come up with something interesting. I'll see what we can do.
I'm sure you can. We thought that would be over much quicker. I'm absolutely amazed at how swingy the the Shadow Sword could be. It's too many turns. He was like, you know what? Look at all these targets. I got massive guns, and oh look, I did 5 wounds, 6. Incredible.
Yeah.
But all your defensive buffs and all your invols, they really just stack up.
Yeah, yeah, definitely the 4-up invulns on the Wraith Blades. They're super tanky, and honestly, I'd rather have another squad because I could get another squad of 10 of those instead of the Wraith Knight, and I think that becomes really problematic because it's like it's the same with your Bulgrins. It's like that slapfest in the middle. When you're getting -1 damage all the time, and 3 wounds, toughness 6. It's like you have to dedicate some pretty heavy weapons to make sure you get rid of them.
Absolutely.
Like a volcano cannon, for example.
Yeah.
But you know, it's
Casually. Thanks for watching again. Hope you guys enjoyed our first Arcs of Omen. Apologies if we did get anything wrong. We just don't have a book in our hands. Bit short over here in Down Under. They didn't send many books to the flip side, so we're gonna have to try and get our hands on one of those soon, and I'm sure we will. And looking forward to trying out some of the new rules. The new secondary tweaks are quite interesting, and you know, we'll be back with some more games soon. We've got some boarding actions on the way. We've got a few more Arc 40k games coming up, which is not Arcs of Omen. Lots of Arcs going on right now, and plenty more games in the pipe for you. So if you're interested, Patreon is below. The affiliate link to Gap Games is below. Drop us a comment. Tell us what you thought of the game. What would you change in our lists? Would love to hear your feedback. And there's always Discord, Facebook, and Instagram below too if you want to come and chat and hang out. And until next time, we've been Legends of the Lore. Thank you and good night.